Yo, how's it going, everybody? I'm here with another video. I hope the audio's fixed this time. I think it should be. I tried to make sure that it's working well. So, today, we're gonna be trying to explain how Tenacity works in League of Legends, because a lot of people might not actually know how it works and how like what it actually means. So the only way to get Tenacity in the game are these two runes before the game: Garen W, um, Elixir of Iron, and then Chemtech Dragon, Cleanse, Wits End, Sterix Gauge, and Mercury Treads. And so basically, I think most people have probably noticed that, especially when you're buying, maybe when you're bringing like these Tenacity runes. Here, let me stack my runes up.
To Summoner's Rift.
When you're bringing these Tenacity runes and then you're buying Merc Treads,
30 seconds until
50% is not the number you're always expecting, because you're getting 20% from here, 10% from here, and 30% from here. So just the way it reads, you'd think it would be 60%. So today I'm going to be trying to basically explain how Tenacity works and how it works in League of Legends. So in League, the minimum amount of time you can be CC'd for is 0.3 seconds. So no matter what, if I press my W here, you'll see I get 100% Tenacity. That does not mean I will not get CC'd if I get hit by CC. Same thing goes for Cleanse. I will still be CC'd for at least 0.3 seconds. So we can go and find out how Tenacity works in League of Legends by just looking up, going to the wiki. They have the formula right here for us. We can see here's the groups. So these are going to be all the items or runes or the dragon that you can get. And that's like, so I like to think of it as like ways you can achieve Tenacity without character specific or cleanse. So any character can get any of these CC or these Tenacity items. And then we can see here that Cleanse and Garen W are in a different group, and that it's multiplicative in its own group but additive for other groups. And if you'll notice here, Anathema's Chains is part of Group A, which actually makes the item even worse than it already is, because this means that it's not going to be taking away 20% Tenacity straight up. It's actually going to be reducing this group by like its own factor. So I'll show that on the graph I have made. So I don't think I have anything more to show on here, so I'll just close League, and then I'll pull up the little thing I've wrote out. So we could see we had 50% Tenacity there with just the shard, which I named G just because I ran out of letters, the rune, which I named R, and then Merc Treads, which I named T. So let's get rid of this, and let's get rid of a dragon, and let's get rid of R, whatever I named R. It's not important for right now. So we can see here 0.3 from Merc Treads, 0.2 from the rune. Oh wait, R's the rune, obviously. And then S is Sterix. Sorry about that. And then G is the rune stat. So 20, 1, 3, and it makes 4.96. So that's where we're getting our 50% from. And so you'll see here when I max this out, if we got all 4 Chemtech dragons, we bought a Wit's End, we got A is Anathemas, and we got Sterix. So this is the maximum amount of tenacity you could achieve in game, 75%. And we'll see here that as it says 75%, but remember you have to be CC'd for at least 0.3 of a second. So this basically is just making not a huge difference stacking tenacity, because you're still going to get CC'd. And let's say for example we take away a dragon, 2 dragons, 3 dragons. 1 dragon is basically going to be doing the same as 4 dragons, as long, especially if it's like a 1 second long CC, because it is not making a difference. It has to be 0.3 seconds. And then another thing I wanted to show was Anathemas with all this tenacity. Let's see how much it reduces it. So Anathemas is only reducing our tenacity by 6%. If we have all these tenacity items. So even just having let's test it with just having 1 dragon versus Anathemas and see how much Anathemas is really taking away. So we can see here 0.06 or 6% tenacity from the dragon. And then let's say someone put Anathemas on us. It's only giving us negative 1.28. So we're missing out on 1% tenacity, basically, which is kind of nothing, but it's still, like, if we get to 2 dragons, we're missing out on 8% now, pretty much, which it does kind of add up. It's kind of disappointing to see that Anathemas is in this group of items, like this category, because I think, and I feel like most people also think, that it's just gonna reduce their tenacity by 20%. Like Orange Brittle reduces tenacity and it's not a part of group A. So basically the point I am making with this is stacking tenacity is almost pointless, and building Anathemas versus people who have tenacity is also useless. So ideally, if you need tenacity in a game, you just run, let's say, the rune, the tenacity rune, legend tenacity, and then build Merc Treads. So this is going to get you to 0.44, and then we can, the rune stat is probably not bad to run with it too. Get you to 50%. But then you might see, oh, but they're still CCing me, so I build Sterix. But Sterix is giving you half of the stat it's supposed to be giving you at that point. So it's like, should you really be building Sterix? Probably not, because you are missing out on half. If you're going to build Sterix, you might as well not build Work Treads. Building both of them is kind of counterintuitive. And I know this is kind of more complex than it needs to be, but Riot Games does it this way, so I just figured I'd help explain it, and I hope this can help. Thanks.